In the bottom left, playing Volder, we have Zested versus Khal-El in the top right, also playing Volder. So we're seeing a lot of Volder this round.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising considering like the map is that big.
Yeah, I guess like he's a pretty safe pick though. Like he's just generally a very strong commander, has a very good early game.
Actually, maybe it's the opposite. It's because he's not that strong on this map. People aren't banning him, so we see him.
Also, very good possibility. But I think in general, like if I'm not sure about how a map is going to play out, Volder is a pretty safe pick. He doesn't have any particularly like, or he does have his like sneaky strats where like you manage to get groove on like turn 2 or 3, but generally speaking, like you're gonna get groove like turn 4 or turn 5. Uh, you understand like his groove fundamentally. It's like quite a simple groove to understand. So
Oh, I like this move from Khal-El early. Like, he's got a sneaky sword pathing to deny the early heal for Valder.
ooh, that is nice.
And now Valder's still at 40% health.
Opportunity strikes for Khal-El here. I even love that he's like moved his sword to take the other mountain. So like mage crit isn't going to be an option.
From your grave.
Yeah, usually like to deal with the mage early like that, I just hit it with the sword even though it's a bad like kind of trade, because if the mage stays it's gonna die. So I just hit with the sword and then the mage should run away.
Alright, we're seeing both thieves get their steals as well, so kind of more I think this is like the standard opening we're going to start seeing as well. Like mage does the capture and then like thief comes out to do the steal around the same time.
Yep. Knight
Ooh.
comes out from Zested, and Knight from there is pretty strong. If you want to pressure the HQ, it can knock down some villages on the way, but it's also like not that good, I feel, because you can't like cross towards the center that easily.
One thing that
Yeah.
I really like about Volder here is that these center villages get traded quite a lot. So there's a lot of opportunities for Volder just to knock down something in groove.
Rise from your grave.
Whoa, this is really aggressive positioning from Khal-El here.
I mean, it was either like going aggressive here or going to the left to fight the other Valder, and he doesn't really have like that much to fight the army on the left. Like the knight especially is kind of a big deal so far. I like going aggressive here before the spears form a truly unbreakable formation around the HQ, because once you miss that window, it tends to close, and then Sword decides to kill the mage on plane with spear crit. That's also a pretty good play.
Yeah, I like that a lot because your spear crits don't normally kill mage, right? On plane.
Not on planes.
So yeah, just to guarantee that, and like, yeah, like clearing out a mage in that position is actually a really good move. Like the mage has the heal; it's like a pretty high damage unit as well. So
I think Zested here has the power of a more mobile army, which is really important on this map. Like he has spears to defend his HQ, which like they aren't going anywhere. They're still fighting over there. Some of them are, I mean, most of them are dead so far. But the rest of his army kind of is trickling down from the left towards the center here, and they have the option to either pressure the HQ or keep moving towards his own HQ and cut Khal-El's forces that way. Although Khal-El isn't gonna let that happen since he goes in this turn on the left and retreats on the right. Like, we're seeing some pretty high level plays right now.
Ooh, one thing I think was a slight mistake though is Zested did not leave a lot of gold left to heal his commander.
Oh, that's...
Rise from your
That
grave.
might be an issue. Valder's not gonna die, but... Like, this golem will probably keep hitting him, and... Like, he'll have to spend another turn healing. Go back even further.
Yeah, that's not a great position to be in. Khal-El can just keep putting on the pressure.
Although, I mean, it might bait Khal-El into going too far forward, because even if you damage the commander, it's only one unit at the end of the day. So if you expose your army too much, trying to chase tempo after a commander, it can turn around very quickly.
He has actually managed to do quite a lot of damage, so...
Yeah. I think the key point here is we're seeing this part of the army on the left, like, really shouldn't really have been able to attack anything this turn, but because Khal-El moved some units over there, they could. Archer finally reaches the front lines.
Khal-El is just like shifting his entire army over to the left. Wants to put pressure on Zested's commander.
Yep. But Khal-El's army isn't moving very fast, I find. Like,
Rise from your grave.
I would have liked seeing like a balloon or two from these players, especially with the type of playstyle that's going on, where it's like position and movement around the map. That's pretty important. I think balloons would have really helped them here.
This has just turned into a complete meat grinder at this point.
Yeah. I mean, now balloons lose a bit of value, but before then they would have been useful. Harpy crit to kill a mage is not something you see very often, but it happens.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have these creative plays, and there's double golem here with a commander, so Khal-El has a big army ready to punch through.
Yeah, one of them might die, although he has 3 golems actually.
Oh yeah, there's a golem over on the right.
Khal-El, definitely one of these golem spammers, I feel. We'll see how Zested responds to it.
Dragon comes out, which, you know, when there's this many golems on the map, a pretty good idea. Even if they can't kill the even if they don't get an opportunity to just one-shot a golem, it does keep them off the roads. And it also does mean you can do like a dragon hit followed up by a commander hit to finish it off, build groove.
Yeah, for example, this dragon denies like the golem from hitting the village.
And of course we're seeing the mage heals follow up every single time.
Golem was at 35%, so it's... Mage heal, I mean, he already attacked, so it's not that big of a deal to lose the crit. Because you want a golem alive more than you want a golem that can crit.
People in chat making a note that pretty much every single turn we're seeing one of these folders use their groove.
That's true. We're seeing a lot of mage heals. And I mean, like, there are... Khal-El really, like, is trying to push through this choke point. But I don't think he's gonna go through anytime soon. And he starts retreating. He probably realized that.
Rise from your grave.
Also, I find it kind of funny this thief is all the way on the left. It's gonna take like 7 turns to get back if it doesn't get help.
Oh yeah. It'll get there eventually. But I mean he's got 10 minutes left on the clock. Can he do it? Ooh, he's spending a lot of time on these moves though. Khal-El, he's just like, can I even get to the end of this? Oh, he's making his way through, like he is doing damage.
Yeah, but I don't think like this is the place you want to fight, really. Like, you don't accomplish much by just
Oh,
trying
Witch
to
lives
push
on
your
1%.
units through. Ah, that's pretty unfortunate. That's probably one of the worst units to have live on 1%.
Yeah, because it can still, like, you still get the Hex, and the Hex is like the really big important part of the Witch.
You also like the crits denial part also works. But yeah, he's starting to run like really low. He's reaching like 5 minutes now on the clock. Well, I mean, he's doing like very nice damage. It's just that he's fighting like at a place where both barracks can immediately reinforce.
By my hand, rise.
So I think like
Yeah, and he's like, he built like a sword in a place where like a sword is not going to do anything.
I mean, I think Zested has the correct idea to send some units to the right to like kind of
Rise
split
from
the
your
fight because
grave.
nothing's gonna get done here. Like, you're just gonna keep hitting units, mage healing, and then like that's gonna be the end of the turn and nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, and Zest is slowly like thinning this golem count. Like there's just a chokehold here, and it's like this is a perfect defended position for Zested. And Khal-El, his army's just getting ground to pieces.
Maybe being a bit stubborn in his attack is Khal-El. But at this point, like, you kind of have to commit to it, I guess, since you're running low on the clock.
Yeah, but there's like things like he's not even killing the units he's trying to go for. And Zested might well even win this turn. Like there's a lot of suicide potential from the units here. Yeah, we're seeing the heals come down on the dragon. Like I think he's gonna try and go for lethal this turn. Yeah.
Triple mage heal. He's still gonna have enough for the hex too.
Yeah, triple dog, suicide, and yeah, Zested. Khal-El just really wanted to like smash his way through, and he had a very good trade there where he's like 28 to 22. Like he's obviously killing more than he's losing. But, well, I mean, a bunch of that was dog suicides at the end. However, I think when you're attacking your opponent's strong side with your like weak side, that is not a position you want to be in.
I mean, the thing is, on this map, there's so many places to attack, and he probably chose one of the worst to do this. I think he
Yeah.
really got, like, I think he baited himself by sending the golem after the Valder when he couldn't heal to full. And then after that, he just committed to the attack and never, like, stopped. And that's kind of what cost him the game.
And Tanky's saying in chat, Dragon stop front switch, but you can make it work. It might take an extra turn or two, but like you can just avoid the roads in the center. You could even do
I
something
mean,
like,
he had, like, how many mages at the end?
yeah, he had a lot of mages. Like
It's
even
not
if
that
you,
big of a deal if you lose one golem and then you kill the dragon. If you get a better position out of it.
yeah, like you want to pressure your opponent's headquarters. So yeah, he tried to force his way through a heavily defended chokehold and couldn't get through. yeah, it just cost him the game.